Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Introspect with me, Sharon Mwangi. If you're new here, karibu sana, feel at home, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So kama kawaida, we're going to start with the first two questions of the day. That is, how am I doing and what am I grateful for? Number one, I'm doing good. I feel better. Last week I was seriously battling a cold, but this week I've been feeling better. What am I grateful for? I am grateful for, I'm grateful for some opportunities that I've been able to get of late. And I'm just grateful that I have an opportunity to work with other people and to collaborate with people as far as mental health is concerned. And I'm really happy that I've gotten some of those opportunities. So I am very excited to share with you guys and discuss with you guys what we're going to be talking about today. And today we're going to be looking at some unhealthy habits that we have, or some unhealthy lifestyles that we have that actually are a danger to our mental health. Because I think sometimes we live life and we go through life thinking that our choices do not have any consequences, especially to our mental health. But today we're going to look at some of the things that you do, probably don't even know, but some of the habits that you have, some of the things that you do, the lifestyle that you live, that could actually be a reason why you're struggling with your mental health. I mean, like, there's so many things that you could do that could actually be a danger to your mental health, and we can't look at all of them. We're just going to look at a few of them, the ones that I think that are very, very common. So let's get straight into them. The first one is living an unhealthy lifestyle. And by that, I mean you do not take care of what you eat. You do not take care of your sleep patterns. You are not concerned about your physical health. Once we talk about our mental health, it's important to understand that there's a way our bodies work that it's kind of interconnected. Like, if my physical well-being is not okay, most likely it will also affect my mental well-being. Your body and your mind needs rest. For you to be able to be a good and functional human being, and for your mental health to be okay, you need adequate sleep. You also need to take care of what you eat. You need to take care of your body. You need to make sure that as far as your body is concerned, your physical body, you are not engaging in lifestyles that actually put your physical health in danger. Because once you do that, it also in one way or another affects your mental health. Number two is isolating yourself. I think we all know the saying that says, no man is an island. And it is not just so that you can have a fun social life, no. But the way we are created as human beings, it is very difficult for us to survive without human interaction. I know all the introverts are about to throw stones at me, and it's fine. But it is important to realize that isolating yourself completely from people will damage your mental health. The level of comfort that you get and a level of joy and peace that you get when you're around other people. And I think isolating yourself, especially when things get difficult, because I know that is a mechanism that a lot of people use when they're going through a very difficult season. They would much rather isolate themselves completely from everyone else. But one of the ways you can be able to make sure your mental health is okay is by making sure you're surrounding yourself with people, and not just any kind of people. Because now we have the other side where, yeah, sure, you're not isolating yourself, but the kind of people you're surrounding yourself with, why are you surrounding yourself with people who are poking on your insecurities? Why are you surrounding yourself with people who are always so negative, so pessimistic, always seeing the negative side of life? I mean, surround yourself with people who see the beauty and the positivity of life, you know? So in as much as you want to also get to a point where you have a good social circle, make sure these are people who influence you in a healthy way. These are people who push you towards seeing the beauty of life and push you to the best version of yourself. Number three is self-hate. Self-hate. Oh my goodness. So self-hate is, just as the word says, the hate of self, you hating yourself. And I know it sounds like it's a very, very serious term and a very big thing, but can you imagine self-hate is so common? Because I feel like so many people don't think and realize that they hate themselves. We keep on preaching self-love. Oh, I love myself, love yourself, and all of that. But the truth is, people really do not love themselves as much as they say they do. And I need to say this, that self-love is not just, taking yourself out on dates and buying yourself gifts. I mean, that is good, it's beautiful, and it's amazing that you get to do that. But self-love is about self-acceptance, like knowing even the worst parts of yourself, knowing the ugliest and weaknesses that you have, the ugliest parts of yourself, the weaknesses that you have, and you love yourself irregardless. Now, self-hate looks like speaking very negatively about yourself. And it could not be you verbalize them, but you internalize them. Like you stand in front of the mirror and you just say small comments to yourself like, hey, if only I were a bit, thicker. If only I were a bit taller. If only a bit more muscular. Or you tell yourself things like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't think I can do this job. I don't think I can take this. I don't think this opportunity is meant for me. Self-hate also looks like self-sabotage, when good things are going on in your life, but you feel like you do not deserve it. And you keep on sabotaging the good things that are happening in your life because you feel like you're not worthy, you're not deserving of them. Yeah, so self-hate is another way that really damages your mental health, because that's where insecurities come from. That is where body image issues come from. That's where things like body dysmorphia come from. They stem from a place of not accepting yourself as you are and wishing that you could be another version of yourself. And let me tell you something, honey. You better love the person that you are. You better love who you are. You better love the body that you came in. You better love your personality. You better be your biggest cheerleader, okay? The other one is suppressing your emotions, and mostly those negative emotions. I think we are in a society that really makes us think that we cannot be able to voice out and speak out on things that frustrate us. We cannot be able to be vulnerable. And a lot of times we'll find ourselves bottling up all the negative emotions that we feel. We bottle up anger, we bottle up resentment, we bottle up pain and sadness and grief. We bottle up all these emotions, hoping that they will one day resolve themselves without us having to confront them and deal with them. But the problem with that is you can push those emotions to your subconscious, uko nyuma. But anything that you push back to your unconscious will always make its way to the conscious. But have you ever asked yourself how there's some people who overreact on some situations and you wonder, come on now, does this warrant you to make this kind of reaction, to have this kind of reaction? Like once you bottle up things, it's like pumping a balloon with air. You keep on pumping and pumping and pumping to a point where that balloon can only expand up to a certain limit. But once it gets to its maximum limit ya ku expand, it has to, burst. And that is the same way with us as human beings and how our minds operate. You can only bottle up so much. You cannot live bottling up emotions for the rest of your life, because in one way or another, those emotions need to come out. Those things need to pour out and they'll ooze out of you. So it's best if you learn how to not suppress those emotions. Unfortunately, sometimes our society does not give us a good space and a good place to actually voice out and express our disappointments, express those negative emotions, express how we really feel about situations. But that's why I'm a huge advocate for therapy, because therapy is an amazing place, because you're with a professional who understands that it is okay to actually voice out these things. It's okay to say that I'm angry. It's okay to say that I'm frustrated. It's okay to say I'm hurt and I'm in pain. It's okay to say I'm jealous. It's okay to say I am resentful. And it's okay to admit those things. And therapy is one of the places where you can be able to find a good way to be able to manage and deal with these emotions. Also, finding a group of people or finding someone who you can be vulnerable and open with will go a long way. Hii mambo ya kujifanya magangster ati tuna kufa unajua ndani. No, it's about time we stop making airing your emotions seem like such a taboo. I mean, we should do away with that mentality. In 2024, in this century, in today's era, no, we cannot be bottling up emotions. We need to get to a point where we feel confident enough to voice out our emotions and voice out whatever is going on within us. Of course, in a healthy way. Now, don't go casting out everyone just because you are told it is okay to voice out your emotions. Of course, do it in a healthy way, in a polite way, in a way that is not, it does not have any negative consequences to others. And the other one is spending too much time on social media. And I think this is something that our current generation really struggles with, because tell me why my watch time, TikTok, Instagram is like 4 hours in a day. Like, are you trying to tell me like for a whole 4 hours I'm just like scrolling? And it's not healthy. Really, it isn't healthy, because it makes you very unproductive. One, and two, am I the only one who sees like social media has a lot of pressure? Like, when you go to social media, everyone is living their ideal life. Everyone is living the best life. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel as though I'm doing nothing with my life, as though I have a problem. You know, no, hey, they're catching flights. People have money. People are flying out. People are having the best time of their lives, and it's okay. Because it's not that life should be sad all the time, but sometimes seeing all of that and not seeing people show the other side of life, which is also a very normal part of life, where things are not always good. Sometimes you have negative experiences, sometimes things don't go as you plan, makes me feel as though I have a problem because my life is not that good. And what that does is you begin to really look down on yourself and where you are currently in life, because you're feeding your mind with this narrative that for me to be happy, I need to live this certain kind of lifestyle. And that could not be true for you. It could not be necessarily a truth for you. It could be a truth for other people. Probably for other people, their way to receive happiness in life is through traveling. But probably for you, that is not it. And you end up comparing yourself with other people, and you feed your mind with all this information, and you end up believing that your life is very boring, your life is worthless, your life is boring, you do not have a good life, you're not living the best life, which is not true. So I think once we learn how to reduce, including me, I'm very guilty on this one. I'm very guilty on it. If we learn to reduce the level and amount of screen time, especially on social media, I think it will really help us work on our mental health. I think the best way is to find a balance. Social media is good. A lot of people are making money from social media. I'm on social media, and it's really beneficial. It's very good. We are here on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and it's good. But I think it's best when we find a balance where we make sure we are also taking care of our mental health. There's something I used to do a few years back, and I think it was very helpful, and I think I should go back to it. I used to do a social media cleanse, or rather take a break. So for a month, I would do away with all social media. And let me tell you, those used to be the most relaxing months. Those weeks, they would be so relaxing and be so much at peace, because I'm not in the constant grind and the constant, doom scrolling and seeing how things are going, or having that pressure that comes with social media. Yeah, so those are just a few things that I thought it is important for you guys to know, that these are some of the things that we do on a daily basis. We don't think that they have an effect on our mental health, but they actually do. And I'm hoping that after this video, you ask yourself and really look within yourself and ask yourself, where have you lost it? Or ni wapi hapo una struggle sana? What habits do you have that really is negatively affecting your mental health? Yeah, so that's the introspection question for the day. That is, what negative habits do I have that are actually putting my mental health at risk? Yeah, so that's it for today's discussion. It was very brief, very short, very direct, straight to the point. Yeah, and I hope you take the time to actually change some of those habits. Even before we finish and we close this video, we've been doing a 21 days mental health challenge, and so far so good. And if you're wondering what that is, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have been doing a 21 days mental health challenge that is simple, practical, day-to-day steps that can help you better your mental health, that is helping you build habits, because today we've talked about the unhealthy habits. So this 21 days mental health challenge helps you to build more positive and healthier habits that can help you take care of your mental health. Yeah, so please join in. If you've not already joined us, it's not too late. You can always join in. You can find the challenge on my Instagram platform, that is mwangi.sharon, also on TikTok, mwangi.sharon as well, and also on Instagram, introspect_KE. You will also find the challenge there. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.